We're now heading into round 5, and we're going to need to determine where the steam vent activates. Steam vent activation is 5. I think that's going to be way down here at the bottom of the board. You know, I don't think I did a save for Eldith at the end of her turn, and I should have done that. She gets a saving throw. Let's see if she can save versus poison. we rolled a 1, so that would be a no. She remains poisoned. All right, we're now to the top of the initiative order, and it is the Duergar guard's turn, the thug. But the leader is the one giving the orders. So seeing that Eldith and Rogar have refused to surrender, he sort of announces, so you have chosen death. And he yells out something in a language that Eldith and Rogar do not understand. And the guard comes running. The Duergar Theurge is using these guys like pawns. He cares very little for their safety, ordering him basically to come back up to the device. The guard rushes through and heads into this square with a move action. And as he heads out toward his destination of reaching the torture device, he will provoke attacks from both of our heroes. So we're going to have Rogar take this attack first. Let's see, Rogar's die is the blue. Trying to hit a 16, that's an 18. He never made it past Rogar. So as he was scrambling to follow orders, he drops his guard, and Rogar smashes his hammer right into his face and takes him out. He is out of the game. Well, now we're in it. He's lost his minions. He's pretty ticked off, and he doesn't really like the mage very much. What we're going to do here is roll a recharge for the boss to see if he gets his hail back. And we rolled a 5, and I think that will recharge. Yeah, just looking at Brimstone Hail. There it is, recharge. 5 or 6. So he has that power available to him again. However, he's marked by Eldith, and therefore his options are limited as far as making any sort of ranged attacks or area attacks. Well, completely uncaring, this devilish evil dwarf, he decides to launch out a close blast attack called a Wave of Despair. It's a psychic energy attack, +9 versus will. If this hits, it does, of course, 3d6 +8 damage, and targets will be slow and dazed. He doesn't really care that the human mage is there. He was there to help grant an advantage and distract, to help him survive this battle. And he just doesn't care that this mage is in the blast range. So a blast is going to come out and stretch for 5 squares in front like a line, and then go out for 5 squares. It's going to hit both of our heroes. If it hits, it's going to be pretty bad news for anybody hit by this. Well, Eldith is right in front of him. Wave of Despair +9. That's a definite hit on her. Let's continue going. This wave of psychic power, this wave of despair, does not trigger opportunity attacks. If you look up opportunity attacks, you'll see that ranged attacks provoke, area attacks provoked, but close burst attacks like this do not. We've got to make an attack against the mage. He's in the blast area. 13, that's going to be a hit on him too. Rogar, my gosh, this will kill Rogar if it hits him. Rogar's defenses are 18. Does this hit? What did we say? +9? No, Rogar survives. All right, let's dish out some juicy damage here for this Wave of Despair. 3d6. This is this damage will affect everybody that was hit. So 1 damage roll. I'm not sure what that is, so we're going to re-roll that white one. And we got a 2. A 5, 2, and 2. We're going to double the static modifier just because I'm, I don't know, hard on myself. We're going to make that an 8. So this amount +8. Well, this awful attack drops Eldith to 22 hit points. And it will daze her, giving her only 1 action on her turn. And it slows her, meaning that she can only move to a maximum of 2 spaces. The dazed also is going to make it impossible for her to effectively mark this guy anymore. The cultist, well, he's dead. This wave of psychic energy just washes over his prone form, and he screams out in horror and is killed. And really, the boss absolutely just doesn't care. Well, now that Eldith is dazed and no longer able to make opportunity attacks against him, he has some freedom of movement here. And he moves over 1, 2, 3 spaces where he can get his hands on the woman and the child over there in the corner. So what is he up to? So the leader tells them they've chosen death. Now they're all gonna die. Well, I guess I should say again, with Eldith down so far, she's bloodied as well. 22 hit points. Remember, Rogar has 5. Rough situation. Coming up to Eldith's turn. Yes, she's going to take 2 points of poison damage, taking her down to 20. We're going to have to remember to make our saving throw here. Boundless Endurance. This is a minor action. You can do this, you can trigger this daily when you're bloodied. You start regenerating. So you gain regeneration 2 plus your Constitution modifier. So she starts to regenerate 4 points of health each round. So regeneration, just going to the rule book here, it's a special form of healing that restores a fixed amount of hit points every round. It doesn't rely on healing surges. So heal each turn. If a creature has regeneration and at least 1 hit point, it regains this number of hit points at the start of its turn. If its current hit point total is 0 or lower, It does not regain hit points through regeneration. Healing at the start of her turn. I'm a little unclear if she should get this regeneration right now or if it should activate in her next turn. My thought would be that with the expenditure of the power, that this should activate now. But if anybody is a 4th edition specialist and you know the answer to this, please let me know. But I'm going to go ahead, and all I've done so far is make a saving throw for her. Not a saving throw, but a activate this power and do the poison damage to her. The activating this minor action is the first thing she's really doing, and so I'm going to allow the regeneration to start taking place. So I'm going to boost her 4 hit points to 24. Let me know if you disagree, but that's what I'm going to do. So at the start of her turn, that mark would fall off. And we just took the poison damage, we regenerated, and now we're slowed and dazed. So what is our one action for this turn going to be? Well, I really don't want him doing any more ranged attacks on us. So I'm going to have her spend her whole move 1, 2, to get up again right in front of him, so that if he tries to do, I don't know, if I've really got to drop this daze condition to be able to do anything to shut him down. But at least we're there. We have a chance. So we've moved close, fighting through the despair, and we're right in front of him. And that's all I can do, I think. We've already used our action point and other healing surges. Let's see if we can make some saving throws. So we had our little die here for the Vengeful Great Axe. We can't use that, so we have to let that go. Let's save versus poison first. Are you kidding? We rolled a 1 again? So that's a no. Dazed, what is it? Dazed and slowed. And we rolled a natural 20. Hey, you know, it balances out, I guess. So we remain poisoned and bloodied, but no longer dazed and slowed, which is good. That means we can take opportunity attacks should we need to. Up next is Rogar with his, I think, 5 hit points. He gets to make a recharge roll for his shield bash. A 5 or a 6 allows him to use that again. And there you've got it. We've got a 5. So he has use of that power again, which is great. Let's see what he's going to do. All right, I got an idea. He's going to move 1, 2, 3 over the vent, 4, and get into this position here against the Theurge. That's his move action. As a minor action, we're going Shield Bash. So let's see, what do we got to do here? Shield Bash. +9 versus Fortitude. +10 with the Heroic Tier bonus. That's going to be what, an 18? Fortitude is 18. That is a hit. That is just a hit. So with his shield bash, he smashes it into the face of the Theurge. What do we do? 2d6. A 6 and a 2, not so bad. Doubling static to another 6. All right, that shield bash drops him to 31, the Theurge. Let's see, does that bloody him? Wow, that bloodies him on the nose. Like, just exactly. And we're going to say that as he was moving up to threaten the villagers, the shield bash smashes into him, knocking him back. And Rogar shouts at the villagers. Let's get their names. Elazar and Brandis. Rogar shouts out, "Grab him!" So the shield bash can either knock somebody, I think knock him prone or knock him back a space. He's going to knock him back into the jail cells. And if you've ever seen the old Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon, where he's fighting all the guards in the underground prison and manages to knock back some of the guards against the prison cells, and all those hands come out and grab the guard. I'm hoping that's kind of what happens here. I know it's only Elazar and Brandis here. It's not a cage full of crusty old fighters, but they're going to grab on as best they can. So they're going to grab onto him. That was a minor action, the shield bash. So now it's hammer time. I'm going to make a couple of rolls here just to sort of get an idea of what might happen. 14 is pretty good. Yeah, we do have a flanking bonus going on. And another 4. That's actually good enough. The Theurge is grabbed thanks to the flanking bonus. All right, Mr. Nasty and Bloodied, you're now grabbed. The kid and the nice lady over there have grabbed you and are holding on, so he can't move from this position until he tears away. So what else are we doing? That's right. We said it was hammer time. We're going with a Warhammer attack. Let's see if we can attack him here. He is immobilized. I don't know if this is... He's flanked. Yeah. Let me check this. So it's not really anything more than what I'll just call combat advantage here. So should be a +2 on the attack with his Warhammer. That's an 18. That's a good, solid hit. We're going to do a D10. That's a 5. That is respectable. And we're doubling that static modifier to 6. So we hit him for 11. So he is down to 20 hit points thanks to that shield bash and the Warhammer attack. Good job, Rogar. So we've got him grabbed up against the prison cells, and he's kind of stuck. Let's see what happens next.